Please listen up to a few morning announcements. Today is Friday. And here at Charles Hart Middle School, every day we'll ensure a safe, challenging, and inspiring educational experience for all. Our mission is beating change, challenging minds, transforming lives. Want to give a big happy birthday shout out to our wonderful, loving, caring, supportive, very own Miss Wanda Brooks. She is celebrating her birthday on today. And a big happy birthday shout out to our 8th grader, Miss Shanari Huntley. She's celebrating her birthday on today. So if you know Miss Brooks and you know Shanari, tell them happy birthday. All right, Jets, it's Friday. We have made it through the end of the week, and we are still just getting started in term 3. But please make sure you have completed all of your required testing. So, have you done your RI testing? Have you done your ANET ELA? Now, have you completed your iReady math test? Make sure you get that done. Then, the last testing for round 4 of our Versus Challenge is that ANET math. So students, you have to get these 4 items done because you don't want Principal Strickland calling your house, harassing you, sending your family text messages because you didn't get it done. So the easiest thing to do is get it done. All right, students, I have been reading a lot of comments from our students that you all have been putting in advisory, and you all keep saying you all have a lot of work to do. You have a lot of assignments. It's really hard to keep up. But let me go ahead and just keep it real with you all for just one moment. You all, your teachers give you time in class every single day to complete the work. So when we're completing work in class, what are you doing? So, simple thing, log into class and turn your cameras on. And when the teacher is going through the assignment and you all are doing it in class, do it then. So if you, just imagine if you do your work in first period in class, you do your work for second period in class, you do your work for third period in class, you do your work for fourth period in class, when school is out, you don't have any work to do but study and read and maybe just make sure you're prepared for the next day. So that's what you all should be working towards. Do not let these assignments pile up on you. And how they pile up? Because you don't do them in class. Get it done. That's it. Plain and simple. Get it done. I do want to say I was super excited to see some faces on Wednesday as we started our first in-person learning day for term 3. So thank you for those students who have come up. And then if you're on the list, please make sure you have your immunization shots, because if not, you can't come to school, and make sure your parent responds. So students, as we're beginning to prepare for term 3, which we're in, and term 4, where we maybe begin opening up a few more in-person seats, please tell your parent you must have your up-to-date immunizations. Yes, in order to come back to school. And y'all, it's not just going to be just for this year. It's going to be for the years to come. We must have an up-to-date physical record, health record for you in order for you to attend school. So make sure, tell your parent, make an appointment for you to go see the doctor, get your updated shot so that you're able to attend school, because we want to see you all. So make sure you get that done. It's still Black History Month. You're going to learn about 2 more amazing people on today, and you're going to learn about something else. It is Friday. Make sure you're in class, you're focused, and you're prepared, and get it done, because just imagine if you do all your work today, then you have the whole weekend to yourself. So use today to get that work done so you have your entire weekend to do whatever it is that you like to do on the weekends. Like always, Principal Strickland is expecting you to be on your best soaring behavior, which means to be successful, be organized, attentive, and respectful. Have a fantabulous Friday.
Oh, hey, Jets, Miss Kane here, and you're just in time for me to spill some Black herstory tea. Stay tuned. Okay, Jet, so when we think of Black History Month, we can't help but to think of our leaders such as Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and our good auntie, Rosa Parks. Let's get into our good auntie, Rosa Parks. We all know her as the woman who refused to give her seat up on a bus to a white man on December 1st, 1955. That decision sparked a movement titled the Montgomery Boycott, but we'll get into that another day. Now, the gag is this. Auntie Rosa wasn't the first person to not give her seat up. I know, sip your tea. 9 whole months before Auntie Rosa made that stand, another teenager, that's right, I said teenager, 15-year-old, made the same stand on March 2nd, 1955 in the same town. Her name was Claudette Colvin, and Claudette Colvin also decided not to give her seat up. She said, listen, I paid my fare, and this is my constitutional right to sit here. She also landed herself in jail. Now, you ain't hear it from me, but from my understanding, she wasn't really known or as famous in history like Auntie Rosa because she was a teenager. The civil rights leaders felt that if they sparked the movement on her behalf, that a lot of people wouldn't have joined in because it was more so like, oh, she's a teenager. Do I really want to risk my job for a teenager? So they waited, and of course the opportunity presented itself again, and then we have Auntie Rosa. Clutch your pearls for this one. Our good sis Claudette wasn't the first person either. The first person and the mother of the several seats movement is the one and only Irene Morgan. Irene Morgan, a Maryland native like myself, decided not to give her seat up in July of 1944. This courageous decision also landed her in jail, but Irene took her case all the way up to the Supreme Court, where judges such as Thurgood Marshall voted that it was constitutionally wrong. This was the first major advancement in African American history. It sparked protests all around Virginia, where people were saying things like, don't give up your seat, sit anywhere. Although this action was ignored, hence we got all the way down to Rosa, where it sparked the Montgomery boycott, it still is a part of our history. So now, every time you ride that bus, you need to remember that there were several seats taken for you to be able to sit anywhere you like without being bothered. See you guys later. Bye.
Good morning. I want to tell you all, Jets, about one of the most amazing women in STEM. Her name was Katherine Johnson. A few years ago, there was a book that came out called Hidden Figures, and then a movie of the same name came out. And we took our whole grade level to see the movie. And I was so amazed and inspired by this group of women and this woman, Katherine Johnson, that I did more research. Like a lot of our history that's been misrepresented or whitewashed, you know, there are background stories to our American history that we have to dig a little deeper for to get the truth. And if it wasn't for this amazing group of women, some of our most amazing accomplishments in space might never have happened. She was born in West Virginia and lived in a county where Black students were only allowed to go to school until 8th grade. Because of that, her parents took her to a high school that was on the campus of an HBCU, West Virginia State, so that she could go to high school. They enrolled her in high school from ages 10 to 14, and she graduated from high school at 14. Then they enrolled her at West Virginia State, and from 14 to 18, she majored in French and mathematics and was graduated at age 18 summa cum laude, which is with really high honors. Then she went on to be a teacher and start a married life and family. And it wasn't even for about 20 more years before she started working at the agency that would become NASA. She had a career with NASA that spanned almost 30 years and itself was incredible and is represented in part of the movie. If it wasn't for her, the calculations that she did, this is before computers, there are a lot of missions that might not have ended as safely as they did. She's responsible for calculating the trajectories for the first man in space. She's responsible for a lot of the calculations that led to the first man on the moon. She's responsible for calculations that helped Apollo 13 to re-enter and get back safely. She's responsible for calculations and different representations that helped create satellites, that helped our space shuttle program, and even worked on the programs for us to go to Mars. She's won countless awards, and the Presidential Medal of Honor was given to her by President Obama in 2015. She's won congressional medals. She has buildings named after her. She's just an amazing, amazing woman. I want you to read more about her in Hidden Figures. Please ask Ms. Esad if you can't get your hands on the book. But there's so much more to know about her, and she's so inspiring for those of you interested in STEM. Please, 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 please check her out.
Hey, Jets. I know you're used to seeing Principal Strickland rock red because of her sorority, but today I'm rocking red along with millions of other women to bring awareness to women's heart health. Did you know that 1 in 3 women will die from cardiovascular disease? And 1 is just too many. And of course, as African Americans, sometimes heart disease is hereditary. So what can we do? 1, we can make sure we are moving towards a healthier lifestyle and encouraging our female family members to get active. So ask your auntie, your grandma, your titi, whoever, let's go for a walk today. Even if it's just for 30 minutes, we all can do our part by living a healthier lifestyle and watching what we eat and knowing where we stand as it relates to our heart and our health. So today, when you see millions of women in America rocking red, it's because they want everyone in the world to know that women's health, and especially women's heart health, matters.